Michel Foucault's idea of the Panopticon. Michel Foucault, a French philosopher and social theorist, introduced the concept of the Panopticon in his book Discipline and Punish. Although the term itself was not originally Foucault's, he borrowed it from Jeremy Bentham, an English philosopher. The way he explored its implications made it one of the most fascinating ideas in sociology and philosophy. To understand the Panopticon, let us break it down in simple terms and explore how it reflects Foucault's ideas about power, control, and society. The Panopticon was initially a design for a prison proposed by Bentham in the late 18th century. The design consisted of a circular building with a central watchtower. The cells would be arranged around the perimeter, with each cell visible from the tower. The central feature of this design was that the inmates would not know whether or not they were being watched at any given moment. The watchtower would have blinds or screens to obscure the guards, leaving the prisoners in a state of uncertainty. This uncertainty was key because it made the prisoners regulate their behavior as though they were constantly under surveillance, even if the guard was not present. Foucault took this architectural concept and turned it into a metaphor for modern society. He argued that the Panopticon symbolized how power operates in modern institutions such as schools, hospitals, factories, and even everyday life. For Foucault, power is not just something that comes from laws or governments. Instead, power is a network that flows through relationships, institutions, and structures. It is subtle, pervasive, and often invisible. The idea of the Panopticon is not just about physical surveillance. It is about the internalization of control. When people know they might be watched, they start to monitor themselves. For example, think about security cameras in public places. Even if no one is actively watching the footage, the presence of the cameras makes people behave as though they are being watched. Foucault believed this is how modern society maintains order, not just through force or explicit rules but through a system of subtle and continuous observation. In Foucault's view, this kind of power is incredibly effective because it makes people participate in their own control. You do not need to have a guard in